Hello, everybody, and welcome to yet another episode of the College Football Show. And today I'm going to talk about the 4 college football playoff games that we saw. One on Friday and then the triple header on Saturday. Starting out with the rivalry game in Notre Dame and Indiana. They squared off. It was a fun one to watch, and ultimately Notre Dame ultimately laid a pretty good hammer on them in a 27-17 win. They may not look like too much of a blowout, but it was 27-3 with 2 minutes left. They just made it look a bit closer at the end there. And sorry that I'm coughing. I have a bit of a cough today, but yeah. But I should be good. But yeah, huge win for Marcus Freeman and Notre Dame. They're going to go on to take on Georgia, who won the SEC Championship and got the bye over there on New Year's Day. But actually, just for a second, I hope you guys had a Merry Christmas, and yeah. But then on Indiana's side, still a great year, great first year for Curt Cignetti. Wonderful season, even though it didn't end the way they wanted to. So that's tough on Marcus Freeman, but Curt Cignetti, but his team was great all year. Chris Rourke was great all year. It's just they really didn't show up in that game. But after all, were they that great, or they were a good team? But, talk about the competition that they played. Best team they beat was Michigan. The 2 best teams they played, Ohio State and Notre Dame, got smoked against them. But, yeah. But Notre Dame and Georgia, that should be a really fun game. I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be a pretty fun game to watch when we see Notre Dame and Georgia face off. I don't know if Carson Beck's gonna play. That's something I currently don't know. I'm intrigued to know, is he gonna play? I don't know. But time to get to another game. Talk about Penn State SMU. The controversy who should win. SMU Bama went to SMU. And ultimately, it goes to SMU. Maybe it shouldn't have 38-10 Penn State. Penn State's going to go on to play Boise State on the 31st, New Year's Eve. Final game of the 2024 year. And ultimately, that's going to be a fun one. SMU was great all year. That was their first blowout loss, because they barely lost to Clemson, barely lost to BYU. Jennings is a great quarterback. Too bad that they got smoked. Rhett Lashley's a great coach. SMU's a great team. Just didn't end the way they wanted to. But good for Penn State, finally getting a win in a big game. They really needed that. They needed that so bad. I mean, they needed to beat a good team. Really bad, and ultimately it finally comes. Huge win. But they get ready to play Boise State. Yeah. But so far, both of the home teams have won. And we have yet to see a one-score game in the playoffs through these first 2 games I've talked about. Let's see what happens in the next one. So the next one, Clemson, can they pull off the upset over Texas? Clemson, of course, got in with the ACC championship win. That was a good win for them. And then ultimately got them into the playoffs, but it didn't get them around 1 bye. The other ACC team already lost. Will the ACC be eliminated altogether? That is the question. And ultimately, that is what happens. 38-24. Texas prevails. Texas was good in that game. Quinn Ewers looked sharp, and Texas looked like a really good football team. Dabo Swinney, I bet he's a bit upset. But ultimately, 10-4 ACC championship year. ultimately pretty good year. Any year you go to the college football playoff, it's a good year. Even with the new 12-team playoff, it was still a great accomplishment by those Clemson Tigers. But very good news if you are indeed a Texas fan. So now Texas looks on to playing Cam Scadaboo in that Arizona State team that went 3-9 last year, picked to finish dead last in the Big 12. Here's Arizona State, Texas. That's gonna be a really fun game, and it is. I mean, I'm ultimately really excited. I think Scadaboo's gonna run well, but the game comes down to can Cam Scadaboo run well? If he doesn't run well, the team's doomed. Throw him out of the conversation. They can't even compete because their quarterback's good, but he ain't good enough to win them this game against a really good Texas defense. But now after the last game, it's a fun one. Ohio State, Tennessee, my favorite team. Ohio State, I was stressed out. Ohio State's home so far. So far, there has yet to be a one-score game still, and all the home teams have won. Does that continue with Ohio State? Well, it was 21-0 Buckeyes. I was happy. Then Will Howard gets picked. I'm like, uh-oh. It was 21-10 at the half. Tennessee received. I was getting a bit stressed out now. 42-17. Ohio State wins by 4 scores. Huge win for the Ohio State Buckeyes, and it was really huge for the coach Shahara. His job may have been on the line in that game. He said, I don't care, and he went out there and he coached a great game. And huge win for Ohio State as they look to continue a really good season. How about 4 straight years being 11-2 through their first 13 games? But the previous 3 years that had been their final record. This time they're playing another game as they get ready for a really good Oregon Ducks team. They're actually the favorite. Dylan Gabriel in Oregon, they're going to play good. And we all know what happened last time we saw these two teams. Oregon wins 32-31, but Oregon's closer to home because it's going to be in the Rose Bowl, Pasadena, California. That's on the West Coast, so Ohio State has to travel really far. Oregon, not so much, but that's going to be a really fun game. Ohio State, Oregon. Well, now I'm going to do my picks for the upcoming second round games. Notre Dame, Georgia. Got to go the Georgia Bulldogs. They're a great football team. I think they advance to the semi-finals. But who will they play? Boise State or Penn State? Cafe Genty, Ashton Genty, and Boise State will get it done over Penn State, and ultimately Boise State and Georgia will be the second round matchup, and that's actually going to be an insanely fun matchup, I think. But then another game. Who wins, Ohio State or Oregon? Oregon edges them out. I really like Ohio State, but I gotta go with the Oregon Ducks. Oregon, they're just a terrific football team. Just like Ohio State, I have got to go Oregon. Then Arizona State, Texas. I gotta go Texas. Texas has a great defense. I think they'll contain Cam Scadaboo. It was still a magical year for Arizona State. Just unfortunate ending for just such an incredible team. So my semifinal predictions are Oregon, Texas, and then of course Georgia, Boise State. So I went 2-2 on my round 1 picks. What? Then I'm gonna go 4-0 this time because I picked Ohio State, Tennessee. I picked Ohio State. Didn't pick Clemson, Texas correct. Picked Clemson, and then I picked Notre Dame, Indiana correct. Picked Notre Dame, and then did not pick SMU, Penn State correct. Picked SMU. So this this college football playoff proved, hey, look, home field advantage is going to be important. All four times the home team won, and there wasn't a single one-score game. So hopefully we get a funner round two. Well, hopefully you guys have a phenomenal rest of 2024. I will see you guys, I don't know, January 2nd, January 3rd, some point then, so we can talk about the games. We talk about the semi or the quarterfinal games that happened. I'll go all over it. So yes, next time I'll see you about January 3rd, January 4th, about that time, and then have a phenomenal rest of 2024. Have a great new year, and I will see you guys January 3rd, January 4th to talk about the quarterfinal games and the upcoming matchups in the semifinals. Have a phenomenal rest of your day, and I'll see you next time on the College Football Show.